Workaholics, the toll it takes on relationships. I'm going to share something with you, and you might be a little surprised. You may not. It may be common sense to you, but you know, most of the time, especially for high achievers, people who are really good with work, they succeed in their career, they go in, they are the boss. Most of the time, those people really suck when it comes to relationships. And why is that? Well, when you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to really break it down to you of why you keep making this choice, why it's kicking you in the ass, but what you can actually do about it so that you don't sell yourself short, so that you don't keep working your butt off to get into a relationship and then pissing it down the drain because you don't know how to manage your relationships. If you're new here, baby, hit the subscribe button right now. Hit that like button because it will help me out tremendously. And listen, if you're watching my video and my work resonates with you, you're like, listen, I like her fiery, no bullshit advice, and I can tell that she cares about me. She's the kind of coach that I need to change my life. Then go to my website, aricaangelo.com, purchase some coaching, and let's begin changing your life and how you do relationships and life in general today. I'm so thrilled to be able to support you. So listen, I'm going to tell you something. I've worked with men for over a decade in coaching them. And I'm going to say that even women can be guilty of this as well. But predominantly, it's been men who've been guilty with this. When you as a man, when you don't feel like you are equipped to address the challenges that you're having in your relationship, to understand the emotional needs of your wife or your girlfriend, or just women in general, when you feel like every time you step into the ring of relationship, in the ring of dating, and when you feel like you get knocked out, it's like Mike Tyson, TKO, boom, you're on the ground. The likelihood of you getting back into that round are slim to none. So what you do is you go to your work and you hide behind your work. And so you cultivate this winning system inside of you of, I know where I win and I want to put myself into a position so that I can be able to win. And so as a result, you abstain from your relationships. You don't have emotional fortitude to be able to stay in the ring and figure things out. And so the reality is this, the same things that you had to cultivate, the same kind of fortitude, the same kind of resilience that you cultivated to become successful, to be so good, to be the star hero, team player, MVP in your career is, the reality is you have to develop that same resilience when it comes to relationships. But most of the time, men just think, oh, because I don't have those skills, I don't innately have them because I'm not a woman, I'm not going to invest in developing that emotional resiliency of getting that education, of understanding how to foster a healthy relationship. So instead, I'm going to hide, essentially, and I'm going to bury myself in work. But the challenge is that you never get the skills to have a successful relationship. When you don't have a successful relationship, you constantly feel like you're missing something in life. You go to work, you excel, but you know deep down inside that that is not damn well what your life is supposed to be about. You're not supposed to be the guy that at his funeral everyone goes, he was a great worker, he led a great company, but his relationship sucked. The people in his life were irritated with him. The people in his life never really knew him, and they never felt loved by him. If you don't want that to be your legacy, then you have to understand that those same skill set, the same resiliency that you developed that made you so successful in work, that you, my darling, it is time that you start developing that same skill set so that you can be successful in relationships. It's not going to be the next person, and it's not going to be the right time. The time is now. Just like in your career, you are what you make of it. So if you don't get in the driver's seat, you will continue to fail. Listen, your life is worth more than allowing yourself to bury your head in the sand and to not confront this. You actually have what it takes. Maybe you need a coach like myself. You can go to my website, aricaangelo.com, get some coaching. Go, Arica, I need to expedite this journey. I don't have the time to go through kindergarten to high school to understand what it takes to make a relationship work. I need an accelerated path. Go to my website. But listen, my darling, you can be successful in relationships. What you're going to have to do is start translating those same skills that make you successful in your career, in the workforce, and start bringing those same skills into your relationship. But more important, it's the character that you have built to make you successful. That same character, that same fortitude, that same resilience, that same can-do attitude needs to be brought into the relationship, not tomorrow, not next year, not 6 months from now, today. Because just like any problem that you ignore at work, it only continues to grow. And it's the same thing in your relationship. The more you put it off, the more resentment builds, the more anger builds, and the less likely you two are able to work things out. Listen, I can't wait to support you. In the comment section, tell me if this was a punch in the face that you needed to get off your ass and go, it's time. I want to hear. I have another video here to support you. Know, my darling, that you are loved and that you have what it takes to be successful in relationships.